You that the best doctors I've ever had are women of color. And I can't be more specific than that, and I don't want to stereotype, but I do feel like I have enough experience now to where I can say the best doctors I've ever had in all areas, gynecologists, primary care, specifically gynecologists, but like all of them have been women of color, the best ones. And I'm not saying that the other doctors are bad at all, because I think that becoming a doctor is very difficult. I have so much respect for all doctors in general, but there is just something about a woman of color doctor that I really just have the best experience. If I have a bad experience at the doctor, it's never a woman of color. I'm going to tell you that. And I wasn't even going to say this publicly because...
So initially I didn't know how to take this, but I feel like as Black women, we're always on the defensive. When someone's actually giving you a compliment, we need to recognize it and take it. But on the flip side, it does suck that you have to be worried about being canceled for giving Black women a compliment. It should be okay to feel this way. But having to defend yourself on something that is your opinion is kind of sad, unfortunately. But seeing so many people comment on her posts of shared experiences who agree with her is really heartwarming. And it validates that this is a true narrative. Working in a white and male-dominated field is not easy. Yes, we are the minority, but we actually are the most sought out. My overall experience as a Black female doctor has generally been great, but sometimes that gets lost in the everyday challenges that we face and negative experiences that we have. So taking a step back and recognizing the good, the quality that we bring to the table and to our patients is actually really comforting. We are a rare breed, but we have the biggest impact. Women of color are unique. We are special. So thank you for recognizing that.
If I have a Black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards because the school or the certifying board was so anxious to say we have a Black female surgeon.
Why would a grown-up man with good health and sound mind demean a Black person when it comes to matters professionalism and white collar jobs? I don't know why white people have this. I'm not saying all of them, but I think it's a section of them. Some of them have this prejudice that Black people are not smart and they cannot do white collar jobs to perfection. So in this video, I will jump into a certain clip by TUCKER Carlson, which was saying that Black women cannot be good surgeons or any other health profession, and it is a compilation of different people reacting to it, Black people and white people. They have been reacting to this video, so I'd like us to jump straight into these clips and watch them, and then I'll come back with further commentary. But before that, kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Let us get straight to it. I'll be back.
Let's talk about something real for a second. When people assume that a Black woman in a high-level job like a surgeon or even OBGYN only got there because of lower standards, what they're saying is she couldn't have possibly earned it. It took me 11 OBGYNs to finally get diagnosed with PCOS, endometriosis, and adenomyosis. 11 doctors. 11 times I was told, it's just abnormal bleeding, lose the weight, you'll be fine. And guess what? The 11th doctor who finally diagnosed me is a Black woman. She told me that if the other doctors had known what they were doing, I could have been diagnosed years earlier. I'm talking almost 10 years earlier. And I may have been able to save my fertility. So when people tell me that Black women only got there because of lower standards in the medical field, tell me why the first 10 doctors that failed me were white women. White women with the same degrees. And why was my Black doctor the only doctor able to do her job? And instead of assuming someone doesn't deserve their spot, maybe ask yourself why you're so uncomfortable with them having it. Merit isn't just for one type of person, and stop acting like it is.
If I have a Black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards because the school or the certifying board was so anxious to say we have a Black female surgeon.
See this kind of nonsense. It is the kind of thing that just makes me shake my head. So, because you cannot imagine a Black woman being excellent, that means they're not qualified. You're just opening your mouth. Wow, you're talking anyhow. Do you know what it takes to become a physician or a surgeon? Do you know the kind of wahala, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices? And yet black women, they do it, while carrying their families, facing the different biases, and they still excel. Let me tell you something. This is personal because I'm a doctor, yes. But my wife, she is a black woman, a Nigerian American woman who was born and raised here in the USA, and she also went through medical school while having a child. She gave birth and still continued pushing, grinding, and she deserved her degree. They didn't dash her degree. And now she's in residency, a mother of 2, and saves lives daily. This is similar to a lot of black women who are medical professionals, and they had to excel and work their behinds off to get to where they are today. In a society that makes it really difficult for black women to succeed. Do you think that is easy? So evidence has even suggested that female surgeons are more likely to use, patient-centered decision making and are more willing to collaborate, and that is what every patient should desire. The problem is not black women's competence. The problem is your small-mindedness. If a black female surgeon is standing in the operating room, trust me, she has earned her place, and she's probably better than you. So instead of sitting down there spewing ignorance, go and educate yourself, because this one you are doing, it is a pure disgrace.
If I have a black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards.
Hey, so actually, you're just a racist, and to prove that, here's also a clip of Tucker Carlson calling people who live in Iraq semi-literate primitive monkeys.
Iraq is a place filled with a bunch of, semi-literate primitive monkeys. Or a culture where people just don't use toilet paper or forks.
Oh yeah, Tucker, it's definitely the DEI and not that you're a racist. Oh, and by the way, forks were actually invented in the Middle East, so you're also just an idiot on top of that.
If I have a black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards.
Yeah, that's because you're racist. And sexist. You posted this on your own page. This is not some gotcha moment. You thought this was a good point, that the first thing that pops into your mind if a black woman came in as your surgeon is that? You know what I would think if a black woman came in as my surgeon, knowing that people like you exist? I would think I'm in good hands. And that's not virtue signaling. That's me knowing that we live in a world where she's probably had to deal with teachers like you, Tucker, and administrators just like you, Tucker, who have questioned her abilities every step of the way, and she has had to prove them wrong. She has had to go above and beyond, likely, her entire educational journey just to prove people like you wrong.
A black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards.
Tell me that you're stupid without telling me that you're stupid. They had to meet what lower standards? What are you talking about? You know absolutely nothing. And you think that all black people are not intelligent. If she wasn't that intelligent, would she have passed medical school? Would she have passed her practical training to perform surgery on patients? The answer for that is no. Why don't you check your own level of intelligence before you come for someone?
If I have a black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet.
You know what I hate to see is people thinking like this, and I fear that a lot of people in the college sense also have this kind of same idea, and especially that I don't deserve to be here, and that I was just a DEI hire, when that truly simply is not the fact, when I'm just as qualified, if not way more qualified than these people who parents donate money to TCU, or that their legacy admissions, like what? Make it make sense. I also think that people saying this type of thing, like say like about professionals, or even about like Kamala Harris, that she was just a DEI hire, think that it doesn't affect like me or
you know, how I know that they perceive me as well. But, you know, when they're saying this kind of things, it's like, I already have an understanding of how you view me and where I'm at.
Of a black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards.
That's racism. Yeah. I've already addressed the process that it takes to become a physician in the United States. As a third-year nurse anesthesia trainee, I want to focus instead on the outcomes of black physicians and of female physicians as a whole. Here's a 2023 study about the patient outcomes of physicians who were assigned female at birth. Results are found here. Don't expect for you to know how to read statistics, but at 90 days and 1 year, people who were assigned female at birth had better patient outcomes. Another 23 study about increasing the number of black physicians and how that correlates with improved patient outcomes at the community health level. This one shows that for every 10% increase in the number of black physicians, that the average life expectancy for black patients in that county increased by 30 days. All of this says that diversity, equity, and inclusion is not only the right thing to do, but it also improves actual health outcomes for our patients and our communities. Despite all of the barriers that black physicians overcome to provide health care for patients once they are actually in medicine, they provide incredible outcomes. Yeah, if you're going to make assumptions based off of the race of your physician, you should assume that black female physicians provide incredible care, and you would be correct to assume that.
If I have a black female surgeon, my first assumption will be this person had to meet lower standards because...
That's just because you're racist and sexist. I mean, the data shows that if you're cared for by a female surgeon, you're more likely to have a better outcome. And the shortage of black physicians in our communities actually harms patient outcomes. And when there is a higher percentage of black physicians, then especially black patients have better outcomes. Remember, facts don't care about your feelings. And pushing this rhetoric that having a black female physician or any delineation of those identities is going to be harmful to our communities is only harmful to maybe your ego. Just say what it is. Because this whole anti-DEI nonsense is just a way to push a racist, sexist rhetoric. That's all it is. And the reason that you all demonize experts and push this anti-intellectual ideology is only so you don't have to pay attention to facts. So you can spew nonsense and then your audience won't even have the wherewithal to fact check you because you've made them deny facts. Your white mediocrity is no longer being placed on a pedestal.
Okay guys, I think from the video we've seen a section of black people and white people reacting to Tucker Carlson's sentiments. And as a section of colored women were giving out credit to doctors who are women of color, the minority in the white male-dominated field by the way. Tucker Carlson himself was busy demeaning the black women in the same profession. Now, I think Carlson thinks black female doctors are of lower standards and cannot deliver to perfection, which is utterly wrong. Why? White women have a different opinion about this, and I kinda agree with them because medicine is not an easy field, right? And as a woman of color, to have stake in the field of medicine, you must earn it. I have friends who are of course, when we were graduating from high school, transitioning into the university, doing different courses. I had friends who went into medicine, others went into law. Myself, I went into tech because I love tech, and that is why because content creation is kind of related into tech, so I went into tech field. But my friends who went into medicine, they will tell you the experiences, their sleepless nights. They like the exams, tough exams. You know, you have to achieve a certain pass mark so that you can do the next semester. If you fail, you have to do a retake. You know, people getting soaps. You know, so when you see a black woman who has beaten all that and she has become a doctor, I think they deserve respect. And not just a doctor, a surgeon. I think they deserve respect. I think there are a couple of women who have come out saying that if you're served by a female surgeon, especially a black woman, you're going to have the best experience. You're going to get the best services. And from these clips, I think everyone has labeled Mr. Carlson as a racist and a sexist who doesn't understand how the medicine field works. And it is not the first time him behaving like that. So people like Carlson exist because every market has its own madman or madman. And I can say being a black woman doctor is not easy, because patients like Mr. Carlson are not afraid of asking you where are your credentials, where did you graduate from, who was your lecturer, where is your practicing license, where is your tag of this hospital that you're a certified doctor. And these people I think they have this tendency of making black women feel bad that they cannot do their job well, or they cannot I don't know how to put this, but I think some of our white brothers and sisters need to learn that color doesn't matter when it comes to professionalism. So as long as you can deliver, you can do your job to perfection, it is okay. It is utterly right. I don't know what's your take on this, but guys, I'd like us to have this conversation going on in the comments. So most definitely I'll ask you to leave a reply, like this video so that it can be suggested to as many people as possible. Share this message to your brothers and sisters, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so that every time I post a new video, you'll be the first person to get notified about it. But right about now, guys, I will say goodbye, and I hope to meet you in my next video. Peace out.